Tomorrow afternoon, Chelsea-Brentford. Crook's going to that game for Game Day Live, which starts at 2:30. It is Keith Andrews against Liam Rosenior, two young coaches, one of Irish descent who has played a lot in the Premier League, and Liam Rosenior, young guy, come from Wandsworth, went off, played around the country and then ended up at Hull as the manager and then Strasbourg, and now is in charge of Chelsea. What do you make of this fixture?
So, I think he deserves a lot of apologies, Keith Andrews, because I was one of the people that says, was he set piece coach? Was he a set piece coach?
He was a set piece coach.
Yeah, and I thought no experience as a manager, losing Mbeumo and Vissa, I thought they'd really struggle, and it's been the opposite.
Yes,
they've been tremendous. So.
And some people saw that coming, that they would do very well.
Oh, who was that?
Some people didn't.
Who saw it coming?
I don't know. I don't want to say.
Alex, any ideas?
Did you say they'd be all right?
Yeah. It's all right. I've recorded the podcast. I'll make sure it's available for you at the end of the season.
I'm pleased for Keith Andrews because you want to see homegrown coaches doing
You're pleased for him now because you got it wrong and he still tilts you in a very nice way. And he shook your hand once and said, "Oh, hello, Crookie."
I wasn't the only one who got it wrong, as Gabby's already admitted.
Yes.
So I think a lot of people wrote that off.
And listen, and you would expect that. They're the greatest manager in their history. They're replacing it with an unknown. And actually, if you speak to Keith, he understands that people were a little bit sceptical about his appointment. But
tough game,
he's done a very, very good job, hasn't he? He deserves a lot of credit, and he may well end up being manager of the season if they end up getting into Europe.
And I think when you watch them play, they're attack-minded. And, you know, everyone's got to fight for the place. Jordan Henderson, we probably thought would start every game. There's games where he's coming off the bench.
Damsgaard, he's left on the bench at
Exactly.
times as well.
He's got so good, though, isn't he?
Thiago.
Collins is
17 Premier League goals,
well. I mean, you're talking about teams who can't defend and need a proper centre-back. I can understand why actually some of the top clubs have cast their glances towards Collins. I think he's been terrific.
Absolutely superb. And if you think, you mentioned Thiago there, he's got better the longer the season has gone on.
They don't want to pick him in Brazil, though, do they? Because they're a little bit snobbish, the Brazilian FA, about having a Brentford striker potentially leading the line up
That's
front.
poor. If he's good enough, like, get him in there. Sharda as well. I love him. Quick, can finish, gets assists as well. So I think it's a tough game for Chelsea.
The Brazilian Federation don't pick the squad. Carlo Ancelotti does.
No, but in Brazil, in general, there's a little bit of snobbishness from what Tim Vickery has told
I'm taking him
the
all day over Richarlison.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
All day.
Yeah. Name me a better, more informed Brazilian striker at the moment in time.
He's the top scorer in Brazilian in the major European leagues, but he's not been called up yet, has he?
Interesting. But he might be for the March international break.
Hope so, because I really like him. Listen, like some Brentford fans say that he can be a bit raw.
Well, if you think who's performing better, him or João Pedro, both of whom have the designs to be in that Brazilian squad.
He's underwhelmed, doesn't he, João Pedro?
He started off really well, and then it just hasn't kicked on from there.
I look at João Pedro and Cunha. I saw similar sort of players, and I'm looking at which one's showing more, and I'll take Cunha every day of the week.
I was a little bit surprised about Chelsea's team selection on Tuesday night. We were baffled by it initially. We did then get the reports that Liam Delap picked up an illness. There's a bit of flu going around the camp. Jamie Giddings couldn't play in the game.
Injured?
Palmer, they reckon he will be fit for the weekend. And they think that Reece James, who got a bang on the hip, will be fit for the weekend.
What do you think about Palmer? Because I was having this argument with Olivia on the breakfast show. She said,
didn't argue on breakfast. It was all there.
It was a disagreement. She said Cole Palmer goes to the World Cup no matter what because of what he can do off the bench. I say it doesn't work like that.
I'm not sure.
If he's not getting fitness, he's not getting games in and getting assists and goals. There's too many options in that number 10 position just to say, oh, Cole Palmer goes in because you know what he can do off the bench.
Well, I was actually looking at statistics. 4 goals in 12 appearances this season. He's completed 90 minutes just 3 times this campaign.
It can't just go, can he?
He only played about an hour under Tuchel's, wasn't he, for England?
You can't be expecting to go to the World Cup if you're only playing 12 games in the first part of the season.
Totally agree.
That groin problem, still persistent, needs to be sorted out. If he wants to be a contender to be in that England squad, he's got to play more regularly. And obviously, when he's playing, he's got to contribute. He's a brilliant player. He's one of the best players that Chelsea. He's definitely the best player that Chelsea have had since Eden Hazard. He's absolutely fantastic, but he needs to be playing more.
So does Eze, by the way.